What's up, my beautiful people? How are you all doing? I trust you're all doing fine. I'm also doing good. I know it's been long since you hear from me. Guys, you know, being a mother of a toddler comes with a lot of challenges, and we were dealing with these challenges at the back of the scene, guys. But now I'm back, and I promise you more content, more and more content, guys. So stay tuned. In case you're here for the first time, you're coming across my videos, I want to say thank you. Welcome to the channel. Kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Here we talk about the motherhood and about the K1 visa type and many other lifestyles, guys. So this is the place to be, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel. And to my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you. Thank you for always coming back to give me support. Thank you for always coming back to watch my vlogs, guys. I cannot take it for granted. You guys mean the world to me, and I want to say thank you. And guys, today's we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about how we're going to adjust the status, like adjustment of status with a K1 visa. So guys, when you arrive in the US with a K1 visa, you have the intention, or you are intended to marry within 90 days. So you have the 90 days time frame in order to get married, and your 90 days time start running the day you step on the airport. That is when the clock of 90 days begins. So guys, like, you don't have time. You have 90 days to settle and get married immediately, so you don't want to run out of status. So when 90 days caught you before you get married, meaning that you run out of status and you are now illegally in the US, in the United States, guys. So you don't want that. So guys, when you arrive and get married, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna adjust the status. You want to maintain the legally of being in the United States. So guys, however, you might get married, but if you don't adjust your status, meaning that you are out of status, so you are not legally in the US, guys. So it is important to make sure that you know how to deal with your time, how to do with a specific time, guys. So immediately after getting married, the next step you're gonna do the adjustment of status. How do we do the adjustment of status? There is a specific form known as I-485. I-485, it's adjustment of status form, and it is being, you'll go to the USIS official web page to download the latest form for adjustment of status. So in this form, you're gonna like the spouse, the foreign spouse, the one that is new in the US, you are the one who is going to file this form, fill it and sign, and then you're gonna do what? You're gonna send it to USIS. So guys, it's a long, like, it's a detailed form, and it's basically about yourself. So we're gonna go through the form together, guys, and we see what is contained in this form, and it's about like 20 pages. So it's a very detailed form, but the goodness is that it's mostly about you, the foreign spouse. So it's not complicated form, because you know yourself, and basically what you're gonna submit is more information about you and what your spouse is gonna help you. The sponsoring spouse is gonna also submit affidavit of support. It's a form also known as Form 864, affidavit I-864, affidavit of support. And why is affidavit of support very important? It's going to show that your spouse, your sponsoring spouse, is able to take care of you without relying on the US government for financial support. The process will be approved when the affidavit of support or your spouse is able or exceeding the minimum income. Affidavit of support. So you're gonna have a checklist that what you need to have when submitting this form. So number one, you're going to have form I-485. Fill it and sign it, guys. If possible, you can even typewrite it, because to make sure that you have the neatest work. So after that, you are gonna also have your spouse is gonna also fill the form of affidavit of support, and also you're gonna have the marriage certificate. By then you're married, now you have the marriage certificate. You also have to submit the birth certificate for you and your spouse. You're going to submit the tax return for your spouse. You're going to submit affidavit front. You're going to submit vaccination records, medical records if it is more than a year. So in my case, I did not submit the medical report because it was less than a year. So my medical reports, the one that I had when I was coming to the US, was still valid. So I was not supposed to submit the medical report, but I submitted the vaccination record. You're gonna submit the fingerprints. They're gonna send you, with the fingerprints, after submitting the form, they sent me a place to go do my biometrics. So it is them that will, probably they're gonna schedule you where, they're gonna email you where to go for your biometrics. And then guys, it's a long list, and I'm gonna put it on the description box below. So meanwhile guys, we're gonna go through the affidavit of support form. And guys, make sure that when you're downloading these forms, go to the official or USCIS official web page. There we have the latest forms. In my case, I made a mistake. I went and I did not download. I used my husband had some forms, but the previous, he downloaded earlier on. So by the time we use those pages, there's some information that were not, they were missing. So they sent us a letter after submitting. Imagine after submitting the form, and then now you're waiting, and then next thing you're getting a letter on the mail that you have to submit the forms. There are some pages that were missing. So guys, it was very frustrating, and we had to redo it, guys. So make sure that you go to the official. When you're ready, go to the official and download the latest forms, guys. That is, you have to make sure that they continue upgrading them. So that's why you cannot use the forms that they are not allowing. So guys, that was it. And make sure that your work is neat. Make sure that if possible, you can type right. Make sure you signed into details. Make sure you fill the form nicely and signed it into details. And also guys, after doing everything, you're gonna send there's a payment that we made when you were submitting this form, and we used the personal check. And by that time, it was in 2021, and we paid for like 1140 USD by then. And now I think this year, this time it's about 1540. So guys, we use the personal check. And the reason why we use the personal check is to track. This is the form. You see, form I-485 from the USCIS. So this is the original and the latest form, which is found on the official web page. Application for permanent residence or adjust status. So if you look up here, this is for official use, guys. Official use. And this is where we start at. You start here. You see it's written here. Start. So guys, on the part 1, information about you. The person applying for a lawful permanent residence. So guys, this is where you're gonna fill your names. We have the first name, family name, given name, and the middle name. So it's all about your name. And then these other names. In case you have other names, you're gonna put them there. And then other information about you, date of birth. You go see, guys, most information is about you. A number is a lien number. In case you've stayed in the US for a long time, you're gonna have the lien number. If you don't have, you're gonna just leave it there, guys. In my case, I didn't have it. So more information about you. See guys, it's about country of birth, country of citizenship. It's about you, Social Security, as the Social Security Administration ever officially issued us. Just in case you have it or no. By that time I didn't have the Social Security number, so I'd put no. So guys, you see, here is the mailing address, where you're staying, the recent mailing address, immigration history, passport number, it's all guys about you, you see. And then this part, information about you, personal applying. When I last arrived in the US, it was expected as a port of entry and admitted for exchange visitor. You see guys, it's all about this. Application type of filing category. History, address history, the additional information about you, where you've ever lived, your addresses there, it's needed. This side we have employment history. You're gonna provide your employment history for the last 5 years. So you're gonna put where you've worked. If you don't, just put not applicable, NA not applicable. Here is more employment companies. You see, here we have information about your parents. You want to put your parent number 1, their address, year of birth, date of birth. Yeah, you have to have the information about your parents, parent number 2, information about your current marriage, your spouse name, date of birth, everything about them, your parents, your spouse. All the information is about you guys. About your marital history. Have you ever been married? If you ever been married before, you say yes. Divorced, this option here guys, you just check what is relevant to you guys. So now we are still in page 8 guys, and it's a long page. Information about your children. Yeah, you're gonna fill if you have children. If you're not, you just put the not applicable. Biographic information. You see guys, it's all about you guys. General eligibility, so it's a very, very detailed form, and they have to know about you. Now you see guys, we're in page 12 out of 20. So some are very like security related issues. These are, you will just go fast because it's just a yes or no answers. And yes or no, you just check what is relevant to you. So general eligibility and inadmissibility grounds, it's a yes or no, so that one we're gonna go fast. You see, here they're asking about on this side, indicate your annual household income. You see guys, that is it. Very detailed form. You just need to have time, and you make sure you answer everything. We don't miss anything guys. That is very, very related to you guys. It's a very detailed form. After you've done, like there are places they want you to sign, you have to sign and date. Put sign and date. Whether it is required, you put sign and date. In case you have an interpreter, they're gonna sign and date. If you don't, you just put not applicable. Make sure you have a clean work. That is page 19. You see guys, additional information, page 20. So guys, that was the end of it. This is how that form looks like. I just want you to help yourself with this form. So you go to the US's official webpage, download the recent form, take time and discuss with your spouse. If it's good, just do it with him or her. Do it with you can do it as a couple, so that you make sure that there's no place you guys are missing out. So guys, that was it. That is it. That's how that form looks like. Guys, after submitting this form, after just submitting your form, you will be scheduled for an interview. And in the interview, we're going to talk about it on our next episode. How do we get ready? What are the requirements that we need before our interview? How are we going to conduct ourselves? So guys, that was it. First of all, let us gather information. And also guys, make sure that when you arrive immediately with a K1 visa, guys, remember to apply for employment authorization card. That one is going to help you to start working immediately. In my case, I missed the time frame that is eligible to apply for that. So I had to wait for me to go through the process of adjustment of status. After that, after receiving my green card, is when I went ahead and applied the social security number, which took me a long time. But advantage of me that I was having, by then I was pregnant. I was heavily pregnant, so I did not need to work immediately. Just in case you want to work immediately, it is important you apply for that, the work permit. So it's going to help you to start work immediately. So you don't need to stay at home for a very long time. And by doing that, you have to apply immediately, like immediately before your I-94 expires. There's a time frame for these applications. So make sure that you are on time and don't get into problems or like some of us did. Make sure you have the latest forms. Make sure you apply within the time frame. And guys, I wish you all the best, and I know together we can help each other and learn something. Hope this video contains something that you learn, guys. And if you have any question regarding the same, kindly don't forget to leave it on the comment section, and I'll be so glad to revert. So guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this vlog until the end. And I want to say thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you again on our next video. Thank you and bye bye.